welcome to Ear Candy with Mwah. And joining us in the studio today is Shannon Flo Robinson out of Kinston. What's going on?
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Glad to be here.
So tell us, how did you get dubbed the King of R&G?
Okay, all right. Basically, R&G started honestly in Delaware. That's where I'm from. I happen to be listening to a lot of music, and me personally, I kind of got stuck with the typical R&B, you know, the Flower Cards and Candy, the love stories, the breakups, and it was like I had more to say besides just that. You know what I mean? I didn't just live that life.
Okay.
Actually, we was in, I was in the streets a little bit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I had more of a story to tell, and I felt like, what kind of way, how can I do this without being labeled?
How can you tell your story without the stereotype?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
As an R&B artist, they put you in a kind of a box to where though you kind of not allowed to talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, it wasn't until I was on YouTube and I happened to see this one artist, August Alsina. Honestly, it's August Alsina, and he had this song called
Entanglements.
Honestly, he had this one song. It was Entanglement, but right before Entanglement, he had this song called I think it was Shoot or Die. It was like a remix from Justin Timberlake's Ride or Die or something like that. And he kind of remixed it.
Okay.
Now, August Alsina, he's a R&B singer.
Right.
But the way he did it was on some rapping / singing type stuff, and that's the first time I heard it like that. Now you heard Nate Dogg, he had his way, with rhythm and funk.
Right.
But the way August Alsina did it, I was like, yo, as a singer, we can do that? We can talk about that? And then once I heard that, everything changed. I was like, but yo, it's no sound for this. It's no type of genre, because it's not R&B, but I'm not rapping.
So that's how R&G came to be,
Mm-hmm.
which stands for Rhythm and Gangsta, by the way.
Rhythm and Gangsta, yes, ma'am.
So who are some professional artists that you look up to, I wouldn't say legendary artists that you look up to, past or present?
If it's that category or just period?
Just period.
Okay, honestly, I definitely, Michael Jackson.
Woo!
Michael Jackson.
You all right with me. Look, he's all right with me.
Michael Jackson, I can't act like, Michael Jackson was kind of like my start. I was dancing like him and everything. I swear I was going to meet Mike when I grew up. Michael Jackson, as far as my sound singing wise, if I go on my R&B side, I'm more of between like Genuine, Usher, you got Drew Hill, Jodeci. That's where my sound comes from. So I'm rooted into the 90s R&B.
Yes.
Tyrese, the Music Soul Child, that's me. Like, other than R&G, if you go on my playlist, I'll play them nonstop.
And you know what? Listening to you, I hear that coming from you. I hear the sounds like you're from the influence, from their influence coming out of your sound.
Yes, and sometimes it's hard because it took me honestly a long time to find my own sound. Because growing up, I was listening to them, but I used to always try to mimic them.
Right.
So I used to sound like them. So anytime I sang, I was sounding like Cisco, or I would sound like Casey and JoJo. And it's not that I couldn't find my own voice. I just liked how they sound.
Yeah.
I liked it. They runs, they riffs. I was like, I don't sing like that. But then once I started becoming an artist, I started noticing I was sounding too much like them. To whereas though, even when I was writing my own songs, you would have thought it was a Jodeci or Drew Hill song because I was doing all the ooh yes and all that stuff in there because that's what I knew. But honestly, R&G kind of broke me out of that to the point to where though that's where I really started finding flow. And honestly, how I got flow is basically I used to be in a house with a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of rappers. I was always around rappers. We put a beat on and everybody in the cypher. And then everybody would start rapping. Then they come freestyling,
Can you freestyle?
A little bit. See, that's the question I always got asked. The freestyle, yeah, man, you can freestyle, you can rap. No, I can't. I can flow. It's a difference. See, the difference between what I do and what rappers do, rappers actually got a formality. They have a certain type of cadence that comes with metaphors and everything like that.
Right.
That kind of tells that story. You can see what they talking. They actually really talking about something. Me, freestyling, I'm really not talking about too much of nothing. The flow just sounds good. So everybody be like, yeah, flow. Like, you be flowing with that. And honestly, that's how I got the name.
Wow.
Because
you flow on the beat.
Because I flow on the beat. He's like, every time they do, man, yo, every time you go in, you be flowing, bro. Yo, you be flowing. You know what? Yo, you flow. I was like, all right.
I think this is a good name.
Flow. I can do that. I just
and it fits you though, but it fits you.
And like, honestly, I appreciate that because honestly, that's how I carry myself. No matter where I'm at, even when I'm at the OMG Studios around my boss Josh, but my manager now, putting that out there.
Okay.
Even when I'm there, like when I'm around, everybody like, yo, sometimes you be here, you just be going with it. I literally just flow with everything.
So how do you want people to feel when they hear flow?
When you hear flow, I really want people to understand, not necessarily the struggle, but I want people to be able to somewhat see the path that I came from and where I'm at now and where I could possibly be. Because if you hear my music, one, I'm always have something the word you can dance to. Because flow like the groove, flow like the dance.
Yeah.
But I'm also a person that talks truth. And a lot of my truth is relatable to a whole lot of people.
To your story.
To my story, you know what I mean? And through that, I really want people to take that ride with me. I want to be able to start my song out, and by the time you end it, you was there with me.
Right.
So some people can say my songs is storytelling, because I do a lot. A lot of the songs that I write is based off of true events that a lot of people won't know about me, because I'm not the type of person that really tell my business, but I put it in my music.
Right.
So if you listen to my music, you gonna know and hear exactly. I know some people like, yo, that one song, did you go through that? I was like, yeah, dang, man, I didn't know it was like that. I'm like, yeah, because I mean, I'm cool. I don't really be on that. When I'm around everybody else, yo, flow, what's going on like that?
Good vibes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ain't always been there. That's just always my personality. My personality always been uplifting. I'm very humble.
Yeah.
I don't try to overtop. I don't try to down people. I don't try to be cocky with it. Even my personality is a flow. I'll flow with whatever is going on.
Just go with the flow.
I just go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
You're like, bro, you trying to do this? All right. I don't know how it's going to end, but come on, let's do it. Why not?
So let's get into your upcoming release, Never Ride. Why did you write it?
Oh, okay. Never Ride. Another thing based off a true story. I wrote Never Ride from a situation that happened in Delaware. I'm not going to go into too much specifics about it, but basically, it's a kind of live and learn type of situation. You can have that one friend that's been your A1 day one, you know, who will never think anybody would turn on you. You would never think anybody would do anything crazy. But we all had that one person that have disrespected or turned their back on you and put you in a situation that you would never thought they would put you in. And that situation jeopardized me, jeopardized my family, and the people I was around. And it was like, when I wrote that song, I had just moved out of Delaware from a situation that I had to get me and my family out of, based on that friend. And I know I was home, and I put a beat on. I don't know, I'm about to show my age with this. It's a song from the late 90s, early 90s group called Immature, with Marcus Houston, when he had his group when they was kids.
Okay.
And it was a song called I Would Never Lie. Like, I will never lie again. Something
Yes,
like that song,
I know
right?
that song. Mhm.
Right. So initially, I had the beat for that, and I was sitting there with my wife. Yes, I'm married. I was sitting there with my wife, and she was like, "You always go for the typical R&B stuff. Why don't you talk about something that really happened? Why don't you talk about?" She said, "Talk about what just happened." I'm like, "But this song, you can't do that. But this is an R&B song. You can't do that." She said, "Ain't you trying to change it? Ain't you trying to do the R&G thing?" I was like, "Yeah, you right." She said, "Change I will never lie to I would never ride, and go from there." I was like, "I would never ride."
It sounded like your wife was onto something.
She was.
then.
She was behind a lot.
Yeah,
She was
definitely
behind a
onto
lot.
something.
I always say she's the brains. She the brains. I just execute.
She's the ideas.
She's the idea lady. Like if I have something in there and I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
She be the person that take all the pieces, put it together, and like, here, this is what you meant.
Right.
I'm like, you know what, that do sound good. And she came up with the idea the whole time.
And then like minutes later, I make it seem like I came up with it, and then she just allowed me to make it seem like that. Love you, babe.
I was going to say, give Wifey a shout out right now.
But yeah, she was like, why don't you just change that and talk about and just change it from never lie to never ride. And then I just remember she left out the room. I shut the door. I got myself into a deep thought. I heard the song a couple times. And then once I got in that mode to where as though I was really playing the events, I just really wrote it down. So that song became a song, but it was a vent. That whole song, Never Ride, is me venting about what happened, what I've been through, what happened because I've been through that, you know, the whole neglect and the whole turning from being a friend to what they call now ops, you know.
Being betrayed.
Betrayal. Yes, and then I just vented, and originally I wrote it as a rap. And she was like, once again, she was like, why don't you put some vocals to it? I was like, you know what, I didn't think about that. Because originally the song Ride was a whole rap that I wrote down, just me venting. She said, put some vocals behind it. Like, you still sing. I was like, you know what, you're right. So once I did that, put the beat on again, and then instead of rapping it, I did it with vocals. Honestly, that's how I came up with the song.
That's
and
how
after
the
that,
magic happens.
that's how it happened. Once that happened, it was like, hold on, I got something here. Cause Ride, honestly,
That sounds really good.
thank you.
Can you give us a clean snippet of it?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try this. I never tried this before. So I'm gonna try this on the spot. Tired of hanging with fake people, them pull triggers. Say you talking that they them real hitters. Maybe them the same one, acting like they day ones. Them bodies popping and trackers rocking till that chain come. I remember back then when people used to ball. Now they flooded on the block, holding that Thule hole. But ain't the hardest part, when I can't forget that part. My people's robbed me for everything, man, they hit me hard. You were my issue, you were my homie, you were my dog, man. This is the day when you was playing from the start, man. Now that the tongue is on your head just like a dog, man. When I catch you with some sight, don't let them hard. I will never ride again. I can't trust you people, you fake and phony. Pulling them back in the station and ride on homies. Can't even keep it gangsta way, so we ain't even. I will never ride again. Should've kept it G for me, though. I read the paperwork, you told it all. 12 kicking down the door, but how I take the. I will never ride again, no. Fake people like you won't last forever, no. And that's on everything.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was hard.
That
I didn't
was
realize
fire.
how many things I had in there to try to edit.
Wow.
Oh man.
That's incredible.
That was the first time I did it right here.
Yes. I see why you're called Flow for real.
Yes.
So where can people go to stream your music?
Well, I got music on all platforms. If you really want to see it, my Never Ride is really jumping right now on Spotify. You can go to OMG, Our Media Group. They have a website on there to where so you can go straight to the link, and that one link you have as a website link to me to where so you have my videos, my TikTok. Everything you basically need. My bio, a little bit about Flow. You go right now, link, and it shows every single thing. I post a lot of stuff on Instagram, TikTok. Instagram and TikTok is more so where you can really get me right now.
Okay.
Until I really start pushing more.
What's your TikTok?
My TikTok honestly is the Real Flow 8. I don't know why I put 8. Don't ask me why 8. They give you the little numbers. I just put 8. The Real Flow 8 is my TikTok. You go on Instagram. It's at Cannon Flow VA. Facebook, Shannon Flow Robinson. And you go on YouTube. Cause you type in Flow, you're gonna get a whole lot of people with the Flow name.
Right.
So you go on TikTok, it's the Real Flow. You type in the Real Flow, capital T, capital R, capital F. It will pop right up.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all heard it. Y'all give Flo a follow and give him a shout out on the gram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media platform you're on. Hit him up.
Yes. Hit me up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shout out OMG.
Yeah, shout out to OMG for making this possible and bringing Flo in the studio.
Yes, can't forget about Josh Perez. You know I'm putting you out there, boy. Josh Perez.
See you, Josh.
See you, Josh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on here.
This is Ear Candy with C. Until next time on Hello ENC.